This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has received the visiting Yemeni Prime Minister at Al Bahr Palace in Abu Dhabi. During their meeting, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed and the Prime Minister of Yemen hailed the existing strong bilateral relations between the UAE and Yemen and reviewed the fraternal ties between both countries. In their interaction, the Prime Minister thanked the Abu Dhabi Crown Prince for the UAE's support to Yemen on various fronts and also briefed him about the latest political developments in the country. The Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi was also briefed about the humanitarian and relief operations currently taking place in Yemen. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed confirmed the supportive stance of the UAE, led by the President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, to the Yemeni people to overcome its security and economic challenges. The Dubai Future Foundation has announced the launch of an international competition in Dubai to shape the future of transportation in the UAE. The foundation revealed that as part of its future partnership program, it will host the Build Earth Live contest, which is being organized by ASTI for the Hyperloop designs in September this year in Dubai. The 48-hour competition will include designing a Hyperloop link project that will reduce the distance between Dubai and Fujairah to less than 10 minutes of travel time and will also involve international scientific cooperation to introduce the latest technology on Hyperloop transportation designs. Commenting on the event, Dubai authorities were quoted as saying that the global contest will make Dubai a global platform for innovative minds to come together to create futuristic solutions on issues of relevance to humanity, while also exploring innovative ideas in the smart transportation sector. More than 100 participants from various engineering and scientific international enterprises have already enrolled, and in the final stage of the contest, 6 teams will explain their project in front of a committee of global experts who will judge the projects. An investigation of 39 Abu Dhabi camel farms found that 15% had livestock with the MERS coronavirus, suggesting that farms are involved in its spread among animals or humans. The Abu Dhabi Food Control Authority found that the prevalence of the virus among camels tested was 3.7%, more than double the rate reported in a separate study published last year. The study, published in the journal Virus Genes, is believed to be the first report on the classification of the MERS virus in camels located in farms linked with human infection in the Emirate. The authority tested livestock at 3 farms, where owners had tested positive for MERS in 2014, as well as 37 others within a 3-kilometer radius. 39 were camel farms and 1 was a sheep farm. 42 out of 1,113 camels that were swabbed tested positive for MERS, while the sheep were virus-free. Infected camels were isolated and tested until they were found to be free of the virus, and the farms where they were found were disinfected. The UAE ranked 3rd after Saudi Arabia and South Korea for the number of Middle East respiratory syndrome infections among humans. Since the virus was first detected in 2012, there have been 1,791 laboratory-confirmed cases of human infections and 640 MERS-related deaths, according to the World Health Organization. Philippines officials announced on Monday that a pilot scheme to allow Filipinos working overseas to apply for an exit clearance each time they return home on holiday is to begin next month. Those returning to the same employer and job site and listed on the electronic database of the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration will no longer be required to secure an Overseas Employment Certificate, or OEC, starting on September 15. Workers who have changed employers or converted their tourist visa to an employment visa are still required to obtain an OEC. Previously, all workers returning from holiday had to obtain an employment certificate and present it at passport control before they left the country. It proves that a Filipino has been legally hired and exempts them from the travel tax and a terminal fee at the Philippines international airports. The Minister of State for Youth Affairs, Shammal Mazrouri, has called on young Emiratis to participate in a program to help determine the UAE's most important values and principles. Ms. Al-Mazrouri took to Twitter to ask young citizens to take part in the national program for the values of Emirati youth. The initiative aims to instill the values of the late Sheikh Zayed in future generations, and according to the minister, the program is part of the leadership's vision to keep abreast with the UAE's developments and preserve its achievements. The minister urged the young Emiratis to take part using the hashtag values_youth_Emirates, adding that together, let us sort out the most important values that we want for our young people to include them in the activities of the program. August 10 has been set as the deadline to send in tweets. The number of lost items returned to their rightful owners in UAE taxis has increased by 60% this year as compared to only 14% in 2014. According to a report published in a local newspaper, since the installation of cameras in all Abu Dhabi taxis and many Dubai taxis, the number of returned items has rapidly increased, proving that the role of modern surveillance has been effective. It was also revealed that since the launch of the security system in 7,645 taxis in June last year in Abu Dhabi, the percentage of lost and never returned items has decreased dramatically. The report stated that all Abu Dhabi taxis are now installed with CCTV cameras and sound recording system, which is helping passengers when it comes to getting back their lost properties. Local traffic authorities were quoted as saying that they received nearly 2,000 calls a month from passengers claiming they have lost items inside taxis, and these CCTV cameras allow transport officials to monitor and help passengers retrieve their lost items. It was also stated that the security system enables them to deal with disputes as well as curb dangerous driving habits such as speeding and the use of mobile phones. And finally, in the bulletin, thousands of UAE residents today broke the Guinness World Record for the longest greeting card mosaic as part of the Thank You Mom for Raising a Champion campaign. Initiated by Procter & Gamble's and Majid Al Futtaim Carrefour's hypermarkets, the campaign achieved a record-breaking greeting card mosaic measuring 110.13 meters long, which is currently mounted on a billboard near the Jabal Ali metro station along Sheikh Zayed Road. This first in the UAE mosaic is made up of thousands of cards written by thousands of UAE residents, and its length is almost double the previous world record of 66.48 meters, which is found at the Mall Athens in Greece. The cards were written over a 10-day period by Carrefour hypermarkets shoppers. The director of Procter & Gamble in the Arabian Peninsula, Khaled Adawi, stated that moms are the ones who keep on supporting families through everything, and they wanted to give their consumers a way to give something back and say thank you to their moms for the role they've played in raising strong children.
Well, the campaign started around 4 years ago, where we had a very powerful insight when we were doing the Olympics in London, where we have noticed that the person accompanying all the athletes was their mom. And this is where we had this global campaign to show a little bit of appreciation to the moms and to say thank you, mom, across all over the world. And now we're glad to bring this to life here in UAE with partnership with MAF Carrefour. And this is what we have done in the UAE throughout the last 10 days. We're very glad to see the shoppers are really, it's an emotional campaign, and they're really partnering with the MAF Carrefour, and they're signing the cards, thank you, mom, and so on. And this is where we have reached the Guinness World Record, where we have more than 6,000 mosaic cards. You can go to Sheikh Zayed and you see the huge, where we put them all together. And this is where the shoppers and the consumers of UAE, they really interacted with us, and we hit the Guinness World Record. P&G is all about, I mean, we are selling to the consumers, different type of consumers throughout the world. and anything that has to do with to be in touch with the consumers and so on. This is, you see P&G everywhere. And as I said, this campaign is all about showing the appreciations to the moms and all the great work she's been supporting all of us, whether you're an athlete or not. So this is where P&G plays a role in showing really the appreciation for such an action.